call your doctor if your handshake lasts longer than 4 hours. But this is such a stark difference from how every other leader on this trip has interacted with Trump. Malaysia's throwing a concert for him. Korea's giving...
What happens when late-night comedy stops feeling like a joke and accidentally presses on a political nerve? Picture a routine roast suddenly spiraling into a full-blown storm. And just like that, a carefully constructed image begins to shift. Did Desi Lee just pull back the curtain on truths no one expected to hear spoken out loud? Or did the punchlines land a little too close to reality this time? Either way, something clearly slipped. Stay with me because this is not just surprising. It is a spectacle-fueled reveal that flips the idea of presidential poise completely on its head. Now, here is where it gets interesting. The strongest gust in American politics that week did not come from a rally or a protest.
The Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating.
Trump has spent all week hopping his way through Asia, meeting leaders from Malaysia, Japan, and South Korea. But today he went face-to-face with Asia's final boss, Chinese President Xi Jinping. And boy, did he not...
It arrived at exactly the wrong moment under exactly the right lights, carrying something more dangerous than awkward optics. The story was never really about hair. It was about what Desi Lyd was about to unravel. On stage, Trump entered with the confidence of someone convinced he owns every spotlight, every camera, and every headline. His movements were controlled and practiced, each gesture reinforcing a long-built narrative of dominance in command. For decades, that persona had been marketed untouchable and unstoppable. Yet within seconds, that story faltered.
Seem happy to be sitting that close to Donald Trump. She basically spent the rest of the day flipping through that funeral program like she was going to find 44 electoral votes.
Not because of policy or protest, but because of a simple burst of wind that disrupted the image. Confidence that once filled arenas suddenly looked fragile, as if even the air itself challenged the myth. Lyd did not need to shout or invent drama. She aligned optics with rhetoric, spectacle with history. As Trump's hair shifted, she calmly dissected the persona surrounding it, exposing contradictions many had sensed but rarely seen illustrated so clearly. The blend of visual humor and context created a perfect storm. To understand why it resonated, you have to step back. Trump's public life has always balanced spectacle with controversy. After the 2020 election, he did not retreat. He doubled down on claims of betrayal and political persecution, projecting the image of an unshakable leader under siege. Yet in that exposed moment, that projection appeared unexpectedly delicate. The crowd that day buzzed with anticipation, unaware that comedy and political symbolism were about to collide.
Trump didn't bring everybody into the Oval Office just to sell hats. He was there to sell something much more fancy.
We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card.
While his signature look struggled against the breeze, Lyd connected broader themes, scandals, legal challenges, promises of restored prestige, and repeated projections of strength. The audience was not laughing at hair alone. They were reacting to the gap between image and reality. Trump's brand has long centered on winning, control, and dominance. Yet, legal battles and controversies have complicated that narrative. Lydic's strength was in highlighting that contrast with rhythm and restraint. The moment became short orthand for a brand grappling with perception versus projection. She did not simply report what happened. She turned it into a narrative insight, contrasting past declarations of mastery and global respect with the awkward reality captured on camera. Timing amplified everything. In an era of non-stop filming and instant sharing, even minor misalignments grow quickly. Lyd cue previous statements, campaign messaging, and legal headlines into a cohesive story about perception. Rather than speculate, she juxtaposed image with record and let the contrast speak. Her delivery blended sharp humor with quiet critique. The jokes landed, but beneath them ran commentary about insecurity within spectacle. She suggested that outrage can sometimes serve as an attention-reclaiming tool. Supporters interpreted the moment differently.